I know what death is. 17th of May 2025, 9:15 a.m. in the morning. I was traveling normally to my college to give my exams. Everything was fine, but suddenly, just 5 minutes away from my college, I got in a road accident. I was on a two-wheeler and this four-wheeler crashed into my two-wheeler. The impact was very strong. It was so strong that I was thrown off the bike 5-6 meters away from the crash spot. Like if the crash happened here, I was literally here, not even in the frame. I was not riding the bike, I was on an Uber bike taxi. Yes, I was the passenger on the bike. Well, what happened in the crash? I landed directly on my face. As you can see the bruises, I'll show you. Wait. So I had like 5-6 stitches here because there was a piece of glass lodged into my skin deep, and there's a bruise right on my eye. There was a huge scratch here. It was kind of swollen. My whole face was swollen, and I think you can see this difference between the white skin and the normal skin. This is like a new skin. Of course, now the scars are healing. This whole thing was in band-aid for a huge amount of time. There was a huge scratch on my head. There were so many scratches on my nose. There were like bits where you could not see my skin. And this was the main impact zone where my skin literally fell off. I had like fucking 9 or 10 stitches going on here. This is way too much into the future. Let's go back to the crash. As soon as I landed on my face, for 2-3 seconds, I was on the ground, but I immediately stood up. Adrenaline rush. And as I said, I was thrown off the bike 5-6 meters away, so I had to walk back to the crash spot, and I could see the bike had fallen, of course, and the car driver was outside of the car, was arguing with the bike and saying, "What kind of turn are you making?" And I was like, "Bro, what the hell are you on about? What kind of fucking douche are you? You just crashed into us." But then, I suddenly fell onto the ground. Not like fell, I just sat on my knees on the concrete road because I could feel the adrenaline wearing down and I was feeling very low energy. But thankfully, thanks to God, literally thanks to God, I did not faint or go unconscious. But I suddenly look down and I see a lot of blood on my hand. I mean, a lot of blood. I mean, it's very obvious that there was going to be a lot of blood. I mean, there was a piece of glass inside my face, right beneath my eye. I could have gone blind. There was a scratch right above my eye. There was a huge scratch on my head. My lip had fallen off. My nose was completely destroyed. The blood was coming out of my face like water at an incredibly fast rate. So I immediately knew I had to go to the hospital. Otherwise, I would not survive. I would have died. This one guy, he saved my life. He literally saved my life. I'm gonna tell you how. So he stopped an auto rickshaw for me so I could go to the hospital. I went to the auto rickshaw and asked the guy to please take me to the nearest hospital. The auto rickshaw was hesitant and refused to go at first because he was like, "No, this is an accident case. What if I get into any trouble?" I was like, "Bro, I'm gonna give you any amount of money you're gonna ask me. Just please take me to an hospital." But the auto rickshaw refused. So I got out of the auto rickshaw and went back to the crash spot. There was not that much difference. They were like 2-3 meters away from each other, the auto rickshaw and the crash spot. Car guy who crashed into me was offering me to take me to the hospital, but I did not really trust him. Who knows, he could have just thrown me randomly on the road somewhere. Now this college guy who stopped the auto rickshaw for me also convinced this guy to take me to the hospital. I seriously owe my life to him. So I literally went back to the auto rickshaw again and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna take you to the hospital." And finally we were going to the hospital. Now I was covering my face because I asked the people around me on the accident area that, "Okay, is my lip like coming off?" And they were like, "Yeah, bro." So I took a piece of cloth, I put it on my face, kind of putting pressure so I don't lose a lot of blood and bleed out to death. So I put like a piece of cloth on my face and put my face upwards so that my lip also does not fall off. By the way, I did not know that there was a glass piece in my fucking face. I went to the hospital and the doctor realized that, okay, this boy has a fucking piece of glass in his face. I had to do everything alone. I had to travel to the hospital all alone while bleeding. I could have died. I could not have. God was with me. God literally saved my life. Thank you, God. Well, I traveled all the way to the hospital all alone, admitted myself all alone into the hospital. while I was oh yeah, and there was a lot of blood. My hands were completely blood red. My shirt was completely red. My pants, my shoes, everything was covered in blood. And the piece of cloth that I used to cover my mouth, I could not even recognize that that was a piece of cloth because it was drenching in blood. It was literally, if you squeeze that cloth, you could literally see blood coming out of it. But I'm here. I survived. I escaped death. Lots of things could have gone wrong in this accident case. Thankfully, of course, I was wearing a helmet, so I did not suffer any head injuries like concussion, memory loss, nothing like that. But still, lots of things could have gone bad. I could have had a serious neck injury, spine injury, back injury. I could have lost my vision because look at how dangerously close this is to my left eye. And bro, there's a fucking scratch right on top of my eye. I could have gone blind, but I did not. I guess God was with me. God is with everyone. Thank you so much to God for saving my life. I also updated you guys on YouTube that I'm in a road accident and I won't be able to post any content and stuff for a long time. I got lots of well wishes from you guys, prayers from you guys. So, to each and every one of you, thank you. I'm gonna be back soon. I'm gonna start making content again because the support you guys show me is just, it's lovely. And I'm not gonna let it go to waste. God gave me a second chance. And I love making content and I love anime. It's time to come back. Stronger than before.